Hi, my name is Rodrigo. This is Ether, where we make digital content to help you grow and live as a Christian. And we have been doing a series on the book of Revelation. As we have mentioned before, one of the features of the book of Revelation and other apocalyptic literature is that it's written in very rich symbolic language that is really hard to understand. Because of this, understanding that symbolism is extremely important in us understanding the book as a whole. And in this video, we're going to talk about three things that are going to help you understand the symbolism of Revelation better. So here we go. The first thing that we have to keep in mind is that a lot of times you just need to be observant and patient. What John records in the book of Revelation is actually a vision that he has when he is taken to heaven. And because this is a completely foreign place, sometimes things need to be explained to him. And so he will talk about a symbol in one part of Revelation, and soon after, he will give its meaning, or actually the meaning will be explained to him. So let me give you two examples. As for the mystery of the seven stars that you saw in my right hand and the seven golden lampstands, the seven stars are the angels of the seven churches, and the seven lampstands are the seven churches. Then one of the elders addressed me, saying, "Who are these robed in white, and where have they come from?" And I said to him, "Sir, you are the one that knows." Then he said to me, "These are they who have come out of the great ordeal. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb." In both of these cases, the symbols are being explained to John. And it's actually really cool because in the first passage, he's being told that the seven churches are in God's hand, literally, that he's going to take care of them. And also in the second passage, who the robed people are actual martyrs, people who, because of their faith, actually had to die. But even then, they're going to be vindicated and survive because of the blood of the Lamb. The other thing that we need to keep in mind as we read symbols in the book of Revelation is that they do not exist in a vacuum. They actually have a long-standing tradition from the Old Testament. Numbers, for example, like actual numbers, have a high significance in the Old Testament, like the number 7. 7 in the Old Testament is a number of complete perfection, as God creates the world in 7 days and completes it in 7 days, and what he makes is perfect. In the same way, John uses the symbols to signify the same thing. For example, in his introduction, we know that he's writing to 7 churches, but we also know that there are more than 7 churches in Asia at this time. He uses this number to say that he's actually writing not only to these 7 churches, but to the perfect church as a whole. Another number that is of great significance in the Old Testament is the number 12, and is usually associated with Israel. In Revelation 7, John has a vision where he sees a multitude of 144,000 people, 144,000 being a multiple of 12. And he actually sees 12,000 members of each tribe of Israel in the same vision. What this is all saying is that in the end time, God is actually going to restore the entirety of Israel. The last thing that we need to keep in mind when reading the symbolism in the book of Revelation is that John wasn't writing to us. I know that that's going to break a lot of people's hearts. What I mean by us is us internet surfing, cell phone owning, social media consuming 21st century Christians. He was writing to his contemporaries. I say this because as modern Christians, we actually tend to modernize the symbols in the book of Revelation. So locusts, for example, are interpreted to mean war helicopters. The mark of the beast is actually interpreted to mean some type of chip that is going to go under our skin, or most recently, the COVID vaccine. But as John's audience would have had no idea what any of these things meant, he would have actually been a horrible communicator if that was actually what he meant. In reality, the best way for us to interpret the symbols of the book of Revelation is to try to understand them from the perspective of John's audience. Now, let me say this, and this is really important not only as it pertains to this point, but to all of the points that we've made on this video, is that sometimes reading the Bible is easy, and other times it's actually hard. And in the case of Revelation, Revelation is a hard book to understand. And if we are going to try to understand what John meant to his original audience, it's actually going to take some time and some research and some effort on our part to actually do that. But this is where we are really required to go from just being readers of the Bible to be actual students of the Bible. Truth is that if we really want to understand the Bible, we're going to have to put a lot of effort into it. And this is particularly the case in the case of Revelation. Now, do not worry. In the description, we'll put some resources that could actually help you in, like, some commentaries and some books that will actually help you in understanding the book of Revelation. But I wanted to make this point in this video because it's really important. Like, we were not John's intended audience, and because of that, there are just things that we sort of have to abandon our paradigm to actually understand what he was trying to say. We hope that the things that we've talked about in this video have been useful to you, especially as you embark in a journey to understand the book of Revelation better. And if not, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your feedback. We are continuing our series, and in the next video, we're going to talk about different interpretational approaches to the book. So we hope that you'll watch that. In order to not to miss anything, subscribe and follow and do all of that stuff. But more importantly, we want you to know that the ultimate goal of what we do is for you to grow as a Christian. And hopefully we've been doing that. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.